This is by Boris Whitman, and it is called the mePhone. Very small print. Anyway, okay. It's a tale. One day, a new type of phone that you could use to call yourself appeared on the market. All one had to do, is this distorted? No? All right, good. All one had to do was dial a certain number and one would be connected straight away with oneself. The quality of the reception was so good that the voice on the other end of the line sounded as if it was coming from the very same room. Inevitably, there was some initial apprehension about using this phone, for no one quite knew what kind of response that they would receive when they rang themselves out of the blue the very first time. What if their unexpected call was considered to be an impertinent invasion of privacy? Eventually, these fears subsided, as most found that they were greeted with warmth and enthusiasm, and their calls were seen as a pleasant surprise. Talking with yourself was just like talking with a dear friend that you haven't seen for a long time, and conversation flowed easily. People rushed to purchase the new invention, which was marketed under the brand name of the mePhone. Suppliers could not keep up with the demand, and there were ugly scenes as customers fought amongst themselves for the last available mePhone. For a mePhone to work properly, certain rules had to be followed, and these were set out in the owner's manual. First, the reception only worked in particular areas, access to which required an extra fee. Second, there was a strict time limit on how long you could spend speaking with yourself. And third, when using the mePhone, one had to wear special, rather cumbersome apparel that was sold separately from the phone. Also, due to technical complexities involved in establishing the connection, the cost of the call was outrageously expensive, although some enterprising phone companies hoping to capitalise on the popularity of the mePhone for a while only charged it at a local call rate. However, these inconveniences were more than outweighed by the benefits that you gained from having a good chat with yourself. For no one had ever had the time to stop and take an honest, good look at their lives. Everyone was always rushing about, preoccupied with the mundane details of existence, trying to silence the nagging question of whether they were happy with their lives and if they were being true to their inner selves. And so, it was an enlightening experience to be able to have a deep and meaningful talk with oneself. The users of the mePhone could now catch up with all sorts of things in their lives that they'd never had the chance to think about before, to find out the vital news that fell by the wayside as they were speeding along the road of life. People found that talking with yourself was a lot like talking to an old confidant, with whom the most intimate matters could be discussed. Not infrequently, tears were shed as truths one had been hiding from oneself for years were conveyed in blunt and forthright terms. Conversations gained a confessional aspect as darkest secrets known only to oneself were divulged openly over the phone lines. Quite often, surprises were lying in store as people discovered that what they were actually feeling inside. At other times, the voice on the other end of the line would remind you of your long-neglected dreams, of desires and needs that you had suppressed for far too long. Many found out that they weren't really happy in their places of employment. Some realised that they'd fallen out of love a long time ago. Others saw for the first time that they had deluded themselves as well as others into believing they had reached fulfilment, regardless of how they actually felt inside. Quite a few recognised that they had become so comfortable with being miserable and disenchanted that they shrank back in fear when contentment appeared to be within easy reach. The world became a better, happier place because of the mePhone, as people at last began to be true to their own selves, for they knew that they could no longer get away with lying to themselves. The way life had been before the mePhone was just a distant fade of memory, and no person could imagine ever being without one.
Thank you, Boris. Thank you, Felicity. Some housekeeping rules.